For our first demo, we are super excited about this, to welcome Valentina from Basement Studio, all the way from Argentina. Give it up for her to talk about a new framework, XMCP. Valentina.
Oh, I'm super excited to be here. Well, cool, great. Well, hi everyone. I'm Valentina. I'm a software developer at Basement Studio and the co-author of XMCP, a TypeScript framework for building and shaping MCP servers. Basically, the goal is to streamline development and lower the barrier to entry for developers to build tools on top of the MCP ecosystem. OK, so let's start with creating an application with create-xmcp-app. And the first thing that you'll notice is that we're using a declarative file-based system, routing. So we're basically all tools now are files that are living in this tools directory, and they get injected automatically into the MCP server. So you don't have to worry about any sort of setup whatsoever. And as you can see, you can toggle the development server on, and whenever you make any changes to the files, it automatically restarts. Cool, so let's actually move on to creating a tool. This one's going to be called grade. And I'm going to write a handler in here, which just simply returns a string. The classic hello world, and as you can see, cursor already detected it. So let's say I want to tweak this a bit, actually, and I want to instead greet the user. So to do so, I'm going to need to have to add a schema and pass the name argument. And that's the second export that you got on the tool syntax. This is optional, as you've seen. The next one that you can add, if you need to give any hints to an LLM for detecting your tool, is the metadata, as well, like I said, another one that is optional. And these three elements, the two exports and the default one, are like the core of the syntax of a tool on XMCP. Cool. So you can also leverage your application by adding middlewares, which can be authentication related or your custom ones. At the end of the day, they're just request handlers, so they get injected into the server. And actually, a fun fact about this is that we support an array of middlewares. So if you need to chain multiple ones, you can do so. So for this example in particular, I'm going to add an API key middleware that we provide natively. And I'm going to be using the verify function to, OK, and I also had to set up the m variable, of course. And then I'm going to head onto the tool. And then I'm going to import headers, which is also a native utility, to get that API key from the request headers, and I don't know, maybe you want to use it to get user information based on the API key, you can do so. Cool. So you can also customize your server configuration. For example, you can change the transport type. You can change, I don't know, the port, the hostname if you're working on Docker, override the course configuration, and even extend your own Webpack configuration if you need to. So for this particular example that we built, this is our internal tool that we built, we're compressing images. So we're reading and writing from the file system. And that's why the transport is set up to stdio. And we had to extend the Webpack configuration to add sharp as an external dependency. So that's another thing that you can do. Great, so once you've done setting up your MCP server, you can deploy it basically to any platform that supports running a stateless server, or you can even publish to NPM if you're using stdio, of course. But we also support deployments to Vercel, like natively. So you just simply go to your terminal and run Vercel prod, inspect the URL, grab it once it's done building, and go back to your cursor settings, paste it. And I actually had to add the headers here because we added a middleware earlier. And then just toggle it on again. And there you go. You are live in just a matter of seconds. Cool. So to wrap it up, on one hand, you can create an application entirely from scratch using create-xmcp-app. But you can also plug it into your existing Next.js or Express application if you need to. Like you want to take advantage of the file system routing and all the features. You just simply run npx init xmcp, and you'll be good to go. So that is that's a wrap thing. That's basically it. You can go to xmcp.dev to learn more about the framework, check out examples, and feel free to reach out if you got any questions. Thank you, everyone.